Welcome to the next edition of the International Spotlight Program, where I'm so pleased today to be joined by Dr. Geoffrey Keyes, who is president of the Rhinoplasty Society. Welcome, Dr. Keyes.
Thank you, Phaedra. Nice to be with you.
We're so proud of our affiliation with the Rhinoplasty Society and to be your official journal. And on behalf of the entire editorial team, we just want to thank you again for your cooperation and support of the journal and all of your members and the great articles that you send to us.
Well, it's a remarkable pleasure for us to be with you. It's a great journal, and everyone enjoys it so very much. The hard work you've done really is wonderful.
Thank you so much. So as president, I'm sure you're busy traveling and educating throughout the year, and we're specifically interested in your global perspective on rhinoplasty and how you handle different ethnic groups such as Africans, Asians, Middle Easterners, and in that context, the role of skin color and quality and thickness. So if you could address that, Dr. Keyes.
Well, interestingly enough, we just had in September a joint meeting with the European Rhinoplasty Society, and many of those topics were discussed. It was in Versailles, France, so it was nice to be in Paris for a few days. And really 50 of some of the best nasal surgeons in the world attended. It was a wonderful, wonderful meeting. The issue of ethnic rhinoplasty is somewhat complicated because you have to take into consideration the anatomic characteristics of a particular ethnicity, but on the other hand, you have to take into consideration what the patient truly wants. For example, that concept, the Western concept of an attractive nose and a little bit of retroussé, which is a turn up of your nose, not too much, but a little bit, is great for Western society, but if you're Middle Eastern, you may not want that much retroussé. So it's one thing to analyze the ethnic nose and what the characteristics are and what you're able to do with it. It's another to know what the patient truly wants. It's a big mistake to put a Western nose on a Middle Eastern ethnic person without them really wanting that to be what you do for them. So those are considerations. Skin texture is an important issue. Thick skin hides a lot of the skeletal structure and cartilaginous structure of the nose. So when you change those things, if the skin is thick, it really takes a long time for them to show, and you have to augment and do other things to bring out the fine points of the anatomy. Another problem is with thick skin, it gets more swollen, heavy sebaceous glands, things of that sort. So thick skin is a real problem. Some surgeons are actually treating the skin preoperatively with skin preparations to prepare it, so to speak, for nasal reconstruction. But skin is important. The other issue is support of the nasal tip. As you move east, there's sometimes less support of the nasal tip so that the tip itself droops or cascades over the nasal septum. And in order to bring that back into harmony with the rest of the face and even sometimes improve breathing, a reconstructive graft, either from septum or other cartilage source, is placed into the columella to provide that support. How much support you give and what you do to the tip also determines the projection and support of the tip.
Well, that's great and insightful. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today, and thank you again for all of your support of the Aesthetic Surgery Journal.
You're most welcome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.